Hello, there are people with Enzo Fienzo involved with crimes with a whole bunch of people associated with Mayano family, um, child offenders with judicial family courts in Connecticut, on and off the state judicial branch offices are recorded involved with crime, wrongdoing, and other natures of predicate acts roles with trade center predicate acts clicks. They have a whole bunch of interstate drug crime roles with psychology, foreign and domestic, like Pakistani. They have shared police state. They have shared mobile gas stations involved with Weathersfield Police. A whole bunch of foreign and domestic people on and off Tom Line Drive locations associated. A whole bunch of people tied to Mike Pandoff. People associated with Samuel Dick's house involved crimes with Russians, then pretending to be against such. They're facilitated to misprision. So they're also the sequence shift. They're also preventing mandated law through time. They're also recorded all kinds of physical delusions, criminally influenced, fact-cheating nature racketeering roles, racketeering with databases, racketeering tied to that originally and still. They're quoting statutes criminally, leaving out exceptions. You know, free speech. WFSB and other news are recorded confessed involved with men and women associated with this Fienza family, also on and off the state judicial branch offices of Connecticut. It's worse. These are a whole bunch of. See, they're stacking names, but they're preventing people free speech through time. They're stacking names through what prevents it. Now, everyone makes overall allegations against people, people have never put anything in writing. These are courts in Connecticut interstates attaching people to fake locations, fake words through time, sequence shifts. I just remind these are trade center attack context, trade center clicks. Associated former director of the FBI down. For Robert Luskin, his lawyer, Robert Chevery, involved with federal criminal uses of Mueller, federal criminal uses of a whole bunch of FBI and their family members associated with this Mayano family, fake news crime acts, identity thefts, predicate acts roles of a whole bunch of drug cliques with courts involved with child sex offenders, further with the campus leaders. Don't let them speak, they have the integrity. Don't let them pretend they have the integrity to pretend obstruction of justice. Please. We need federal stewardships of these states now. Now one must teach. Free speech. Fix the fake news. Their fake news crime acts, criminal uses of the fake news crime acts rules with the fake right to assemble, criminally forward influence involved with the Weathersfield police fake sides with that. Especially if not made up, especially if made up. Because there are crime made up. And there are criminal uses of their defenses of the counters to that. They're preventing mandated law, which would have prevented that probably. We have no integrity with Weathersfield's police department. The locations next to it also involve criminally. A whole bunch of people with this Pandolf family, interstates. Campuses training police forms, campuses training fire, campuses training Navy, campus. We have this I don't know his last name. We have a guy with the Navy, and another one with a brother in the Navy involved child offender roles. Use of each title fake. Fix fake news. Please. Someone counter. Fake. CTU break. So these are interstates because they know these are time. This is what really kept our rules originally with those crazy laws. Still, not letting our founders' voice be known. They stole their identity. They did not have free speech. Not one must teach. Sub Rosa, here, connects to what? There's only guys that speak shit here. Whole bunch of people on off to a highway, on off, Hen Dog Lane, involved with interbranch with Justice Department, judicial corruption, state police corruption, interstates, police funds, overt criminal enterprises, all different nations, collusion, recorded criminal uses of the witness protection program, the same ones interstates from my area. Ray Cololo, a Phil Cololo's cousin, a Scalora family also reported his cousin. Other extended family members that have crimes in campuses, even medical, especially the ones in badges. Fair. Fix the fake news. See means impaired. Follow mandated law. Have them pick one name in sequence. They shift names, forge names, switch names, on and off the state, prison offices through time, those family members, the locations out of it, involved database crimes. Attaching kids to fake locations, crimes in database with the schools. You fools. See their rules, federal crimes with the drugs I found. They were supposed to report that. Other they wrote. Wethersfield police chief, his family, involved with that. Foreign and domestic, avoid criminal enterprises recorded, inclusion. We also in my area through time, roads, interstates, witness protection program, same ones, closed. Involve child sex offender rules with the principal sex offender further. And with the best principal's daughter there now, involved with that, prioritize to the educational department, currently involved on off CCSU clicks, on off Trinity College clicks, crimes. Get me a response. Don't make us beg. Stand down. For real, Chief, force them to respond to me. I'll show you how to deal with these crackpots. They're quoting laws sick. You watch me show how the fake stick each state. That's not politics. There's victim predators. Let me heal their minds, Chief. They should fear what they believe is true. Their lies tell truth alone. Campus Marcius calls you out to join. Some bring the name. And Legion 2. Johnson and Wales, they have used your identity alone with this Wales. What is it called? The thing we'll deal with this. Where's fair politicians? Where's with the schools? Get me a response right now, you victim players. You cowards. Do not speak. Get down. Or follow mandated law or disbeliefs. Pick one name in sequence into branch. They forge and switch names. We're playing no games but one. Boxing is fun. Fake branches fall below the wall. The sea. Beach. Sea beach. All we need for instant evolution is recorded now. Please teach. Fake news is real. I'll show you the recorded crime methods. Uses of positive as criminal seriousness nature. Fake sides. Fake colors to what really is formal sick. CNN, your justice ranking rolls. Your Justice Department ranking rolls. We must seize them with or through you. Fix your fake news and rolls with CCSU with this too. A 10. Campus Marcius calls you home again. You fear or respond to mandates close. Fix the fake news that stole my words. No, tied to this. The same ones criminally involved in the Rhode Island crimes through administrations and with Russians facilitated. You sick punks! Don't speak again! With those sequence shifts, fix them now! It's worse, I'll get